What are you wearing?
A Canadian tuxedo.
Canadian.
And I'm a hockey player. Let's go Blues.
Let's go Blues.
Let's go Blues.
To all you Blues fans, we're bleeding blue with you.
Let's go Blues. Let's go Blues. Let's go Blues.
Presented by Scott Credit Union. Your St. Louis.
Blue Note. What? The Blue Note fan report is back. Yeah, buddy. Did not plan on doing a show. However, after being very, very silent during the draft, more or less, and after letting the free agency day one just go. Doug Armstrong got busy. He got busy. Yeah, he did. Wow, what a day in Blues for Blues fans. What a day for the Blues. I've seen a bunch of stuff. Now look, just because I haven't been on doesn't mean I've been paying attention. I've been driving a lot. Right? Trying to make the money. I'm trying to come home for a month. I'm hoping to be home for the home opener. Right? First 3 games of the home games of the season. I plan on being home for those. At least that's my plan. Don't know yet. Well, it more than likely going to happen, but we'll hey, we'll take it. We'll take what we can get. Right? And today, it just seemed like, I need to come out and do something. What a day. It starts with 2 trades. The Blues get 2 guys that are basically going to help with, bottom 6 in Fasca and Joseph. Fasca from Dallas, Joseph from Ottawa. Joseph a little younger. He's 27, so he's kind of there. I thought we got the Wild for the home opener. I thought it was the Wild. I could be wrong. The schedule came out today. That was the other thing that happened. For some reason, I'm thinking the Wild. The first 3 games I thought were the Wild, the Preds, and the Islanders, but I could be wrong. Let's see. Wild. No, we play the Wild, the Islanders, and the Hurricanes. Right? We don't see the Preds for a while. At least I don't think so. Right? The Preds, man, wow. They're all in this season. They are all in, and they're taking a chance of sucking for a couple of years. When do we see the Preds? I don't think we see the Preds till December. No, yeah, we don't see the Preds till December 27th. Right? That home period. We see the Preds December 27th. Where are we at here? Hoping someone would join me, but if it doesn't, it doesn't. We got Aaron here. Hi, Aaron. Jason, he's on data. Kyle Hauser. Aaron talking about Bush. How you doing, Aaron? We would get screwed and get nope. You're driving a lot. Our home opener is the Wild on the 15th. Kyle says, my bad. Jason says it's the Wild on the 15th. I lost internet, so I hear everything on radio. Rock's old Stamkos. E Guido's here. Hey, E, how you doing, buddy? Look, I've seen some things, and one of the guys out there, I think it's Blues Views, right? I've asked him to come on the show. He's turned me down. Apparently, everyone's been told that I'm not worth coming on the show. At least that's the way it feels. I don't know if that's the reason. Oh, I got double errands. Aaron and Aaron. Hey, buds, how you doing? Didn't realize I had the two. Right? Aaron. No, see, I lose my click. So he kind of went back and felt like he put a post on Twitter, I think it was. It might have been, or it might have been on Facebook. And he basically said, oh, Iowa, where's the Iowa at, bud? Where's the Iowa at? I didn't know if she was a Battleship Museum. She was the one that I wasn't sure of. Where's she at? And welcome, Ryan. I know that Wisconsin is in Norfolk. The Missouri is here. And I think there's something in, I think the New Jersey is in Newark, but I could be wrong. Where's the Iowa at? Now I'm lost. I lost my place. So he put a post out, and he basically said, you know, he had what he thought the lineup would be, and he said this feels cheap and what was the other word? Tanky. And he said he liked it. Now, I don't get it. Why would anybody want their team to lose? Right? I don't want the team to lose. I want the team to win. I absolutely want the team to win. And when you go and you say that, you discredit every guy that we have on the team right now. And I don't think that's right. I don't think it's right. You know, everyone wanted Bushnavids and Shin traded. Bushnavid signs a great 6-year deal for $8 million per. Now, it doesn't start this year. Remember that. It starts next year. So we got him for the next 7 years. But when it comes down to it, the core of this team is locked up. And that core is Shin. Man, I'm blanking out. The core of the team is Shin, Thomas, Kyrou, Bushnavid, and Pareko. Right? Army saying we're still in retool, but might come out and surprise us, which I think is very sad assessment of this team. I think I agree. And not only that, so we've got about $8 million in cap space. I just looked it up, and there's one Long Beach. Okay. I've been on the Missouri. I didn't serve on the Missouri. I served with the Missouri. So, and I served with the Missouri and the Iowa and the Wisconsin. I don't think I ever did any operations in New Jersey, but I know I did operations with the other three. When the Iowa's gun turret blew up, I was there. I wasn't on board her. We were doing exercises with her when that happened. Man, I just totally lost my place today. Guess my show's gonna suck like it always does. I got 8 of them are fake, but got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people watching. Thank you. Neighbors who an RFA next year that I think will I think a lot of that will go to no, I don't think Neighbors is going to get paid next year. Right? Neighbors is not going to get a huge extension next year unless he has a great one. Thank you, Aaron. I appreciate it, bud. Neighbor and Hoffer's your next number one in 2 years. All right. Not this year, not next year, year after that. And that's when Bennington is probably going to get traded. Right. Goaltending. I'm looking at the 5 areas of hockey. And I said this last season. Right. I said this last season. Man, I nailed it last season. Did I not nail it last season when I said what my 5 areas of concern were, how they ranked from highest to lowest? Do you remember that? Does anybody remember areas of concern from highest to lowest of the 5 areas of hockey? Does anyone remember what I said? Oh yeah, I know how big they were. Yeah, that was that explosion. The whole thing after it was bad. So what was my number one area of concern last season? I'll put it out that way. What was my number one area of concern last season? Let's see if you guys remember. Da na 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 da na na na. No, you didn't pay attention. Hey, Dante, Aaron, no. Defense was not. Forecheck. Nope. Let's go back. Remember, the 5 areas of hockey are offense, defense, goaltending, penalty kill, power play. Those are the 5 major areas of hockey. Right? Those are it. Those are the 5 major areas. I listed from most concerning to least concerning those 5 areas last season. And if I didn't hit it nail on the head, I don't know what is. My areas of concern last year: number 1, offense; number 2, penalty kill; number 3, power play; number 4, defense; number 5, goaltending. Other than switching power play and penalty kill, I nailed it. Our defense was not as bad as everybody thinks it is. Right? And our problem is offense. And it's been offense for a while. Since Montgomery left, offense has been a much bigger deal. Oh, we did get nothing in return. Aaron, future considerations. That's nothing in concern. Here you go. Here's Kevin Hayes and a draft pick for taking him off our hands. That's what we got. Not in hockey, my friend. You are absolutely wrong, Kyle, in hockey. Sorry, bud. In hockey, your best defense is a great offense. If you have a good offense, you have a really good offense, you get a great defense. Hockey is the opposite of every other sport. Why? Why, Kyle? Why do I say hockey is the opposite of every other sport? There's a reason for it. Kyle, I'm probably pissing Kyle off. He's probably like, what the fuck, man? I told this guy how good his show is, and now he's telling me I'm an idiot. I'm not saying you're an idiot. I'm making a joke. All right? Defense was not an issue on this team. Offense was. Offense was absolutely an issue on this team. Oh, thank you, Kyle. Now, I was making a joke a little bit, bud. All right? Hockey is a puck possession game. When you control the puck, you're on offense. If you maintain control of the puck, you keep the puck in their zone, you're going to win more often than not. We didn't do that last year. We did not do a good job of controlling the puck. We did not do a good job of keeping the puck in the zone. We did not do a good job of taking shots. We were outshot almost every single game. We had more games last year where we had single digit shots in single-digit shots in periods than anywhere else. I always say you need 30 shots a game, 10 right. Right? That's what I was trying to say, but you said it better than I did. Hockey is a puck control game. And here's the thing. Everybody thinks hockey's a defensive game. Man, it's not. Not even close. Hockey is probably one of the most offensive games out there. Right? I'd say hockey is the second most offensive game. Right? I think basketball's number 1, hockey's 2, baseball's 3, football's 4 of the major sports, and then you go down to soccer. Soccer's 5, if you want to put soccer in. Right? Soccer is a defensive game. Soccer is an absolute defensive game. That is all about defense. Yeah, but the shot clock the shot clock just makes it an offensive game. Before you had the shot clock, it was a defensive game. That's why the shot clock got instituted. They had games where the score was like not 8-7 for 40 minutes of basketball. I think too many people made too big of a deal of that neutral zone trap. You're right on what now that's what I said were my areas of concern going into last year. They're almost the exact same, except for me, of the 5 areas, right? What's number 1? I'm gonna let you guys come up first what your number 1 area of concern is of the 5 major areas of hockey. What's your number 1 concern? Andrea! Actually, Andrea, I might come see you for season opener. I'm thinking about it. Stanley, Aaron Culture, E. Guido, Jason Nichols, thank you. Kyle says offense. E says power play. What else you got? Come on, who else is talking? Don't make this just be a me show. Make it be a you show. Come on, guys. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on. Aaron's with power play number 1. Who else? Come on, one more person. One more, and then I'll give you my number 1. Kyle says offense. Power play from E. Power play from Aaron Culture. Where's Aaron Nevels? You still here, man? Aaron Nels, you still here? Dante, you here? Come on, buddies. Nichols. Hello, hello. Come on. Come on, Aaron, what is your top number 1 area of concern? What's your number 1 area of concern? It did improve under the new coach. It did improve under Bannister. That is correct. I want to get one more. So far, we've got Kyle with offense, E with power play, Aaron Culture with power play. Power play. Well, that's my number 1 too. My number 1 is the power play. I think the power play is the biggest area of concern. Is the thing that we lost a lot of games. We missed the playoffs because of our power play. I will say that. We probably missed the playoffs because of our power play. Right? What's number 2? Right? Okay, guys, what's number 2? What's number 2 area of concern? Don't forget, if you're watching on YouTube, put that thumb in the air. Let me know you're liking the show. I appreciate that. Come on, what do we got? Windy City Hockey! Windy, how's it going, man? What is your number 2 area of concern? Number 2 area of concern. Number 1, power play. What's number 2? Now I know. Well, cycle is more of an offense. That's offense there, Michael. That I mean, I don't look at that as a area. That's a when I look at the 5 things, it's offense, defense, power play, penalty kill, goaltending. Those are the 5 areas, and everything else falls under those 5 areas in my eyes. All right. E says offense. Well, yes, it does, but it also helps your offense there. Power play would be second. Okay. Power play would be my second, but for you, I would say offense. And I get it, Kyle. I see where you're coming. You're good, right? And my second is the is the offense. I thought about shifting penalty kill and offense, but I really think that the offense needs to be addressed. One of the things that I was hoping is that in the assistant coach realm, they would get an offensive guru, and they didn't. So that concerns me, and that's why I'm going to put offense as number 2. Right? That's why I'm going to put offense as number 2. Number 3, you probably guessed it, but I'll let you go. What is number 3? I think some people's 3 and 4 is going to be reversed from mine. I need to look a little bit more on that. I they're cheap guys. They're not heavily expensive, so maybe they do help out in some areas. We'll see. Penalty kill, number 3 for E. I'm with you there, E. Penalty kill. What? Anybody else? I'm kind of with E here. I think penalty kill is my 3rd area of concern, right? 1 to 5, penalty kill would be in there. I still think that everyone who complains about defense doesn't understand the game of hockey, because Kyle goes defense and penalty, and I could see that, Kyle. I could see that. And I thought about flip-flopping them, but remember, after Bannister took over, I think at one point we were leading the league in shorthanded goals. But after Bannister took over, we had 1, maybe 2. And we went like almost the entire back half of the season without 1. So the penalty kill kind of slipped away from me. Right? And that's why I think the penalty kill goes ahead of where the defense is. I don't mind our defensive guys. Now, we do have room to bring in a 7th defenseman. I don't think Tucker is going to do it. Right? I really don't think Tucker's going to be that. So my 4 is defense. And I'm not as down on the defense as a lot of people are. Oh, hold on. I got to fix something. I just noticed it. I'm not as down. I don't mind Krug. I don't mind Letty. I don't mind Falk. I don't mind Parayko. I think thanks, Kyle. Thank you. I appreciate that. I think that our defense gets a bad rap when the problem was a lot more the offense. right? When you're consistently playing defense, you're going to give up goals. When the offense isn't maintaining puck control, you're going to give up goals, right? And I think it put our defense in a bad spot. I really did. That's how I felt about it, right? I don't look at our defensemen and go their liabilities as much as everybody else does. I don't. I really don't. Now, who disagrees with me? Who thinks that our defense is a liability? I'd like to know. I'm pretty sure that I'm on an island on this one, right? That the majority of you guys out there are going to sit there and say that our defense is an issue, that it's not strong, that it is the problem. Off subject, based on the dumping of Hayes, upper management bank and Dvorsky making this roster, that he's had a really good prospect camp. Apparently he's had a really good prospect camp. Now I'm messing with my chair a little bit. Apparently he's had a really good prospect camp. Agrees with Anthony Bush. Crack open a nice cold can of Bush. If you notice, go back and look at the post that I put today and count how many C's and H's I used. I did that on purpose. I like the signing. I really do. And I don't mind the no trade clause in that. I don't at all. Right? Anthony noticed. I don't mind the no trade clause in this. I think that you have a core. This is exactly what he did with Schwartz and Tarasenko and Steen and Pietrangelo and all those guys. Back when they were getting to that point, he locked them up. Yeah, and I like that. I think that that's the way to do it. I don't have a problem with the no trade clause. What I have a problem with is media that puts something out that they haven't confirmed and that has not I'm gonna go here, okay? A lot of people got on Krug last year. A lot of people did. And you know what? I gave Krug a pass. And there's a huge reason why I gave Krug a pass. Because he got blindsided. He got blindsided by something that should have never gotten out. Right? Should have never gotten out. There were talks in progress, and that's all they were. There were talks in progress. That's it. And a reporter who wanted to get the jump on it posted that Krug was part of a deal with another defenseman on Philly. That shouldn't have been posted yet. Right? Shouldn't even have been told to the reporter. That's the problem. Right? First of all, problem one, reporter didn't get a verification. And second, it shouldn't have been leaked. Because it was still in the talk phase. Philly absolutely knows that Krug had to waive his no trade. Right? And if he hadn't been contacted, oh my goodness, of course he's not going to waive it. He's going to be pissed off. He came into the season pissed off, and it affected him. He played hurt, but he played hard. And I'm okay with that. I have more issues with the idiot in Philadelphia that called the reporter trying to be a Mr. Bigwig and saying this is what the deal is when it wasn't. And that reporter, see, this is the thing, right? In this day and age of social media and having to be first, right? And having to be first, information that gets put out before it's verified. And that's what happened with the Krug deal. It got put out long before it was verified. And it blew up. She blew that deal. She absolutely blew that deal. There's no doubt in my mind that she blew that deal. Because if it doesn't get released and Philly and Armstrong have a chance to call Krug and talk to him, Krug waves. Krug waves. But he has little kids too, so he was homesteading. I just, like I said, I give Krug a pass for last season, right? I don't think Letty had a bad season. I don't think Falk had a bad season. I really don't think that Scandella had a bad season. Though I don't think Scandella's re-signed yet. I don't think Scandella's signed yet. Let me try something here. I'm going to the free agent tracker. St. Louis didn't have much, right? We had Mikhail Abramov and Nikita Alexandrov as our RFAs, and both of them were tendered qualifying offers. So they're not going anywhere. Our unrestricted free agents, the only ones that have signed so far are Gaudette, Kapanen, who re-signed here for probably $1 million, and Callie Rosen, who signed in Colorado. Gaudette went to Ottawa. Not surprised that Gaudette's gone. Not surprised that Rosen's gone. I could see Pekka getting a two-way deal. I could see Pekka possibly getting a two-way deal after. I think you've got to wait like 5 days or 10 days before they can re-sign with your team. Scandella hasn't signed. Varna's probably done. Waukesha is the one that we made our UFA. You know, he's not coming back. Bitten, I don't know. Blaze, probably not. Right? If you're going to start the kids, those guys don't need to come back. There is one free agent out there that I would like to see us get. And I'm pretty sure every single one of you knows who it is. Of the remaining free agents, who is somebody I think he would have. I think he would have. At his best, Letty Honest was most approved to me. Yep, I'm with you, Kyle. I'm going to do that. I'm a little surprised Bush signed the deal. I was convinced he wanted 7 or 8 years. I think that this deal takes him up to 40, right? It's 31 now. It takes him to 38. I don't think he was going to get a deal taking him to 39 or 40. So I think he knew that. I think he knew that. So I knew a deal was coming. I was pretty certain a deal was coming, right? The traction was there. The traction was there, and it sounded like talks. As soon as they could start talking, they did. Right? Absolutely. As soon as they could start talking, they did. Now, I mean, Philly's not as bad as everybody makes them out to be. Right? Philly's not as bad as everybody makes them out to be. And, man, I've kind of lost my position, lost what I was talking about. Oh, Okay, free agent. There is one free agent out there who hasn't signed yet that I wish the Blues would sign. I think you could get him for 2 years at $5 per. It takes him to 35. Are you sure? I thought he was older than that. I can double check. He's 29 now. 7 years. That takes him to 36. Because he's still got a year left on the deal. So it takes him to 36. I thought he was 31. My bad. So it takes him till he's 36. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I'm absolutely okay with that. Absolutely okay with that. So it takes him to 36 because he's still got a year. So it kicks in his age 30 year. So he's still got 1 year left. So you're forgetting that. Perron to Ottawa. Wow, he went from a bad situation to a worse one. That made no sense. And I love so many people. Oh, my boy Perron's going to come back home. Perron's coming home. Perron's going to come home. Perron wasn't coming here. Perron wasn't. He doesn't love you as much as you think he does. I'm sorry, guys. I'm absolutely sorry. David Perron loved you as much as he said he did. He'd still be here. Right? He went to a worse situation. Right? And then he went to an even worse situation. So I say that there are 3 players that absolutely screwed the Blues, and Perron is one of them. To me, Perron is one of them. Now, Perron not as bad as the other 2. The other 2 absolutely fucked the Blues over. There are 2 players that won a Stanley Cup that absolutely screwed the Blues over. Absolutely screwed the Blues over. Petro stuck it to us. Yes, Petro is one of them. Absolutely. Absolutely. Petro is number 2. Petro's number 2. I think what the other guy did is worse than Petro. Right? Who do you think? Who do you think my number 1 is? Right? Petro's 2, Perron is 3. And I know Dante does not like that. Neither does Ashley. But there's one more that I think what he did was worse than what Petro did. We could have traded Petro in that the what do you call it? The shortened season, the COVID season. We could have traded him. But he gave every indication that he was going to resign when he wasn't, because he didn't want to uproot his family. No, I said Stanley Cup winners. Oh, wow. Wow, Dante. Oh, my goodness. We have argued about this. He has told me how wrong I was numerous times. Numerous times. Wow. That's a shocker to me. Kyle, there is one more player that did us dirty, even more than Petro did. And if you think about it, it will come to you. It is a Stanley Cup winner. A Stanley Cup winner did us dirty. Very, very dirty. He's got to cheat. Look at the roster. There's one that did us dirty. Do you guys, come on, anybody else know? I've talked about this in the past. By the way, if you're watching on Twitter, say hi. Or X, say hi. I don't think anybody is. I think it's a cumulative total, not a concurrent, not a current total. William McLeod, hey buddy. Anthony Stewart, thank you. One other player. Oh, by the way, we haven't talked about this. Jarek, our first round draft point, signed his 3-year entry level contract. My guess is not Barbashev and not Maroon. My guess is that not O'Reilly. He wouldn't sign an extension, but we ended up trading and got something. Yeah, but I'm talking recent, and Shanahan was a different time altogether. You guys are missing. I've talked about this in the past. And as soon as I say it, you're going to go, it's Schwartz. Schwartz is public enemy number one. Schwartz screwed the Blues something fierce. We lost Vince Dunn because of Schwartz. What Schwartz did, I still think that Armstrong should have filed a grievance with the league. The fact that he didn't is where I'm like, wow, that's pretty bad. I could see that. How you doing, Lance? Absolutely there was. He signed that deal at 1 minute after midnight. When the free agents opened, he signed it 1 minute after. It had already been hammered out. They were allowed to, what Seattle was allowed to do was talk to free agents before everybody else. If they signed a free agent, they would not get a expansion draft from that team. They agreed to a term with Schwartz, but he didn't sign it until after the expansion draft so they could still get done. And that was he had a good, from what I've seen, Lance, he had a pretty good, from what I've been hearing, because I haven't been able to watch it, but he's had a good prospect camp. So I don't know. Maybe he is there. Maybe he is, we haven't had a number one overall pick or, a top, a first round pick start within 2 years in a long time. I think the closest one is Thomas. I think Thomas was 19 his first year. Maybe 20. 19. He might have been 19. Thomas might have been that guy. I could be wrong, but I think Thomas came in his second year. Now, Jurek, that's an interesting one. I'm kind of, Kyle, I'm the jury's still out on this one. I could see Steen's influence in this year's draft. I absolutely could see that with the European flavor of it. But we'll see, right? I'm not sure what you mean. Oh, you don't think that the Steen thing for his GM is good? I think there are better candidates out there. I absolutely do. But we'll see. You know, we'll see. Hopefully he's been involved in some of these contract negotiations now. Right? I really hope he has. Right? Because that's gonna be the biggest thing. Watching NHL tonight today, they were talking about, the guy staying in Florida, and I forget who it was, but it basically are in Tampa, and basically, saying, hey, the agent works for you. If you want to stay there and you're happy with it, then that's what it is, and that's what you're going to sign. And that's what GM's got to get used to, right? I think GM's got to stop overbidding themselves and start, finding players that want to come, not players that want the money. I'd rather have a player that wants to come. I asked a question earlier. Who is the one remaining free agent that I want? There is a remaining free agent that I think we could get for 2 years for $5 million per. If you wanted to sign him, I think he would come. But I don't think he's going to get signed. I want him signed, but I don't think he will. Nashville looks scary on paper. They do. However, if they don't get a cup next year, all three of those signings are aging players. Nashville could be strapped for a long time because not only did they pay all three money, they gave them term with. Oh, absolutely. Oh, come on. There's no way that. Yeah, that's my player there, Kyle. There's no way that the Utah Hockey Club, the Wild, who else? And Chicago got better than us. Chicago did not get better than St. Louis. Chicago did not get better than St. Louis. Utah made a lot of moves, but they don't have an identity, and that's gonna ferret out really quick. That's gonna ferret out really, really quick. I don't know if it was Reinhardt. It might have been Reinhardt. I thought it was somebody else. Yeah, because they're doing a vote. Yeah, it's just 1 year that they're gonna have that name. I'm okay with it. I don't. I mean, the Washington did it when they dropped Redskins. Washington did it, right? I'm sorry, Wendy. I disagree with you there, bud. I really do. Right? I can see the Preds being better than us. I see the Preds moving ahead of us. I don't see the other three teams moving ahead of us. And I think Dallas took a step back. I think Winnipeg might have taken a step back. And Colorado maybe stayed the same. No, Patrick Kane signed a deal. Marchessault signed a deal. Everyone that you put there has signed a deal, man. All of those guys have signed deals there, E. Yeah, I could too. No, that's the one I would love to see that. I would love to see that. I was looking on, let me see here. Hold on a second. Schedule's out, by the way. I seen something about remaining free agents, and I can't find it now. They had a thing of the top remaining free agents after day one. Tell you what, there's one signing that Nashville did that I really like. And nobody's talked about it. No, but I disagree. I don't think that that's a true statement there, E, at all. I don't think that's a true statement at all. There's the one signing that nobody's talking about with Nashville that I really like, and I think it's the most important signing they made of all their signings. I think this one was the most important. Any guesses who I'm talking about? Let's see if somebody can figure it out. It was somebody not, trust me, they have not been talked about. They got Game 7 on the NHL Network right now. Oh, no, you know what? Hey, I can't believe you said that. You were with me when I talked to him when he said he wasn't. Not Stamkos, not Soros. But you're close with Soros. You're close. You're on the right path. You're on the right path. You were definitely on the right path. Weren't you with me the day I talked to him? I thought you were. I thought you were with me that day. I thought you were with me that day. No, not Sajeki. Your guys are all around it. Wedgwood. They got Wedgwood as a backup. Wedgwood can be a starter in this league. They have the best goalie tandem in the Central Division. The Blues are second. But they have the best right now. I think with Saros and Wedgwood, they have the best goalie tandem in the division. And I think we're second. I think we're second. I think Dallas has dropped out. I think the Avalanche, their situation's kind of fluid. Winnipeg, they've never had a decent backup. Chicago does not have solid goaltending at all. You look at Utah and Minnesota, and who's the other one that I'm forgetting there? I just think that we're second there. I think it's they're first, we're second, right? I think that Wedgwood signing was huge. I really do. I think of all their signings, I mean, that's games. That's wins right there. That's almost guaranteed wins with Wedgwood in that situation. I mean, almost guarantee it. He was the backup for Dallas. I mean, he had a great year for Dallas. And when what's his name got hurt, he started. I mean, he was their starter and he was winning games. He had like a 7 or 8 game point streak. right? Wow, I got an hour, almost got an hour out of this. I don't know how the hell I did that. No, I got 6 people still watching. I'll take that. I just think that Wedgwood, that's the signing that's good. They're gonna be very happy with. Very happy with. Right? Very, very happy with. That's because I always mean it. They went for names. They got guys that they thought the Marshall Shaw one's the one that kind of surprises me. He went because he's friends with Stamkos. Yeah, that was a surprise. That was a surprise. Right? Brian Elliott is now goaltender skills coach for the Blues. Our development coach for the Blues. Because I always believe I don't. I know I looked at, earlier I was struggling. I didn't think I could get to the hour point. Right? Ott moved to an assistant. Yeah. The only issue I have is they didn't bring in anybody offensive. Right? That was the issue. That was the issue I had. Right? Where's someone to focus on the offense? And to me, it's almost a Moneyball situation. When Brad Pitt's going, what's the problem? We understand the problem here. And he's going, no, you don't. What's the problem? And I think that in some cases, this is a what's the problem type issue that they're looking at symptoms and not causes, right? That they're looking at these symptoms and not finding out the right cause. And to me, that cause is offense. A lot of the symptoms that you have wrong are because of your offense. You're not treating the disease correctly. And because you haven't treated it correctly, you've made things worse. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm going to be looking for tickets for the first 3 games. And to be honest, I'm looking for free tickets. And yes, I'm going to be choosy. I want lower bowl tickets. I'm hoping somebody will hook me up. I don't want nosebleeds. Sorry. I'm going to be a dick. I have not been to a home opener in 25 years. I haven't been a home opener since 1992. 1992. I'm going to the home opener this year. I'm getting good tickets. Right? I thought I had some, but I didn't tell the person in enough time, so I'm screwed. Oh, I'm going. I'm going to there will be 3 games while I'm there. I will be at one of those 3 games. Pardon me. I will be at all 3 of those games. Right? And I'll probably be at a couple of the preseason games. Right? I am and I'm not. I think it's in the wrong place. I think it's in the wrong place. I don't like Chicago being in it again but there's nothing I can do about that. But I think it's in the wrong place. I think there's a better spot for it that I don't think they played at before. I could be wrong. Wendy, are you still around? Wendy, are you still around? I don't know. He might be gone. No, they played at Soldier Field. They've had one at Soldier Field. They played at Wrigley before. They played at Notre Dame Stadium. I don't remember everywhere they've played, but there's one place. I think that they will be a playoff team, Rich. No, not Met Stadium. Why would the Blues and the Blackhawks play at Met Stadium? Think of something that would be good for both teams. There's two places that would be good for both teams, depending on who the home team is. Right? And I don't think that they've had an outdoor game in either one of these places. In fact, I know one of them they haven't. I'm not sure about the other one. Come on. There you go, Kyle. Absolutely, Illini Stadium. Right? That would be it. No, I think that's too small of a place, man. I think that's too small of a place. I think the two places that I would hold, that I would put a Blues Blackhawks matchup, would be either Mizzou Stadium or the Illini Stadium. Now, what I would do with Mizzou, if you want, wait a couple of years, if you want to put the Blues back in the Winter Classic, this time as the home team, since they'll be the visitors twice, have the Avalanche come and play them at Mizzou or at Kauffman. I think Mizzou would be better, but I could see Kauffman too. Kauffman might be just a little bit far, but I could see Mizzou. Right? I could absolutely see that. That would be, if that's the case, I could absolutely see that. I could see the Blues and the Avalanche at Tiger Stadium. That would be a match. That would be a good matchup to me. Division rivalry? That's not completely set in stone yet. That's not completely set in stone yet. I don't think that stadium's going to end up on the Kansas side. I really don't. That's way too many tax dollars. Way too many. Arrowhead. Well, okay, yeah. But even Arrowhead, I think I see Arrowhead getting rebuilt. Not, I can't see him letting the Chiefs go into Kansas. I can't. It's just way too many tax dollars. It's like the Cardinals moving to the east side. Not going to happen. In fact, I remember when they were trying to build Bush 3, that there was talk about putting something over in like Belleville or something, or something like that, and that went nowhere fast. Right? It wasn't going to happen. Right? That's just way too many tax dollars. Right? Tell you what I would like to see. I would like to see, and I'm sure it can be done. Right? I would like to see the Blues play 3 to 5 games a year at the Dome. I would love to see them play at the Dome, put 70,000 people, and you know you would fill that fucker. You know you would. It still would do. I mean, I thought they were doing renovations to it. I mean, hell, you damn near filled it for the Battlehawks. Put 40,000 in there for the Battlehawks. Right? Well, did you guys enjoy the show today? We're just a little over an hour here. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Richard Erickson Krieger. Thank you. Anthony Stewart, E. Guido, Jason Nichols, Richard Erickson, William, Michael, Andrea, Stanley, and Aaron Coulter. Thank you so much for putting your thumbs in the air and saying hi and doing it. Yeah, the old Rams Stadium. All right. We'll probably do another one at the end of July, maybe, as we get a little closer. If something major happens, I'll do another one. Otherwise, I won't be doing anything probably until I get into St. Louis, which will be late September. Right? Right about, I will be getting into September when training camp starts. Right? I will be getting into St. Louis when training camp starts. So, probably be spending a lot of time watching training camp. Guys, thanks so much. Have a great night. Love ya. Oh, Matt Lowe. Sorry, bud. Just kind of, I posted it. I don't really share. I don't know how to share YouTube for you, bud. I don't know how to do that. Sorry, man. Guys, have a great one. Love you. Sorry, Matt Lowe. You got me right at the end. Have a great night, guys. Love each and every one of you.
What are you wearing?
A Canadian tuxedo. And I'm a hockey player. Let's go Blues.
Let's go Blues.
Let's go Blues.
To all you Blues fans, we're bleeding blue with you.
Let's go Blues.